And start.
We're looking at the carrots going in. This is, I just was talking off camera, and basically this is as much chili as other people make, and it's up to here and the bottom of the pan. And this is just not, here's the celery. I'm going to add it in right now, and then we're going to take a look at, I mean, that's a lot of bacon, celery, onions, carrots. In that order, by the way. You're supposed to. I've seen people dump everything in all at once and just kind of cross their fingers. And
jailhouse chili.
Yeah, kind of works. I mean, well, that's exactly what my chili is become. My parents had this chili recipe, had about 10 ingredients, and it was real straightforward. It was perfect. I always loved it. So that's the recipe I kind of based it on. Then I went to a cooking class back about 10 years ago, and they said, if you're ever making a ragu sauce or anything worth eating on top of pasta, you should, ragu-wise, then you should make a good mirepoix. So I just put that in before the rest of my parents' chili, and over the years I just started adding more and more stuff, and as I come across things, I throw it in there. So the next thing is you always wash your hands, because you don't know which food you're going to be touching here. You take the tomatoes whole, like this, you kind of want to just crush them right in there. A lot of people don't do this. They just throw the tomatoes in there, whether they're whole tomatoes or they're, you know, diced tomatoes or whatever. These ones are called diced, but they pretty much squish up better than the whole tomatoes. There, so just put that in there. I'm going to do the same with the other one. And I'm not going to rush anything. We can always edit these videos for content later. But really want to take your time and mash it up. It really evens out. Everything in the same size portions cooks evenly. Does that make sense, Jared?
It does. It does.
Okay.
It's all generally proportionate.
Yes, and if you do that, then it tends to. Hey, look at the dishes. Look at the beer.
Well, cleanliness is next to ugliness.
And ugliness is next to love. All right, I'm gonna edit that out because that sucked.
No way.
I also here I will keep this in though. I like to rinse out my jars.
Yeah. Give that swirly.
Yeah, just and let it out there. So you kind of clean this out, and you get more tomato sauce out of it. Plus, I add a lot of water to my tomato sauce and my tomato paste. But it always seems to thicken anyways.
It's gonna reduce.
It's gonna reduce. Oh, let it reduce. I heard about a chili that has red wine, half a bottle of red wine in it, and I would love to make something like that. Although I don't have any red wine right now. So if I did, I wouldn't put the beer.
Beer and scotch.
Beer and scotch, and I'm drinking most of the scotch. Okay, you can get an inside scoop on what that looks like right now. That is an amazing ragu sauce. If you let that reduce and just serve that right on top of pasta, well, you need to put a bit of seasoning in there, of course. But that would be a really good ragu sauce for pasta, a traditional Italian style. Now, this is one of my favorite parts is I just grab everything and just kind of dump it in. So those are kidney beans because they're high in fiber. This is part of my parents' original recipe. They're the only ones that got me to eat kidney beans here. Not only one can, but two. And they always put two in theirs. And this is pretty much the size of it.
No chick beans? Or chickpeas?
Garbanzo beans. I almost did, but then I decided to go for black and no-name beans with pork and molasses. Put those both in there. I found that these add like a really nice flavor and obviously more beans. So, but having a lot of beans in there, you don't even need the ground beef. If you're a vegetarian, you can get way more than enough protein from eating these things. I also rinse out my cans, but I shouldn't be doing that on camera because that's just wasting time. I'm going to try, this is new, I don't usually put these in. I'm putting in lentils. Putting in a lot of lentils. I want to, it smells like beans, so I want to try it out. I've got tomato paste. I always put two of these containers, two of the smaller containers in, but this one was just economical. So I decided I'm just going to slap that in. And what this does is, this is like adding a pinch of flour to any sauce. It really thickens it up, but naturally, because it's just tomato paste. And this one you have to add water, because otherwise you're just wasting tons of it. Inside there. Oh, yeah. Tried to film the old chili thing, well, document it with pictures last time, and now they're still sitting on my computer. I don't think I'm ever going to get to putting those ones out on. Oh, excuse me. Oh, the beer, which reminds me. Delicious. Don't film me. I'm the chili. And I'm not intentionally trying to be funny. I literally talk like this all the time. Garlic. That is fresh crushed garlic. And a lot of times when I get food left in the fridge over a long period of time, such as crushed garlic in a jar, we hardly ever use this, so I'm going to use a lot of it. Oh,
you can never have too much garlic.
Yeah, exactly, but it stinks. That's a can of niblet corn. I've seen that in a lot of people's chilies, so I started doing that a couple years ago, and it's pretty good. It's really good. That's why I add it.
Good tracer food.
Yeah. Awesome. We got whole mushrooms, because those are an original from my parents. I like to put the little sliced. I also like to put little farm fresh ones. Well, I can't use that one anymore. And I got dehydrated shiitake mushrooms. Gives it like a chewy consistency. Putting those right in there. Let's start to get rid of that spoon out of my hand. And let's start mixing again. Now, for some reason, I guess it's because I usually brown the beef at the same time I'm making the stock here. And then I add the beef, but I typically add it all at the end. Whatever meats or proteins outside of the bacon that I put at the bottom. This needs more sauce. It needs more pasta sauce. Here's the peppers, all the different types. And what else? Oh, well, we got some beer going in there. Maybe I should just add, you think I should add some water? Or should I add, oh, I know what we're missing. We're missing all the barbecue sauces and hot sauces.
Don't go Russian.
That's exactly it.
Go Greek.
Go Greek. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Your next bowl of meat.
Okay. I'm going to put in the meat right now. Because now we're getting down to basically the seasonings. Oh, there we go. That's 2 pounds of ground beef. One's extra lean. One is regular lean. Then I also have some sausage that was in there. And I also had some pepperoni stick style stuff. And as you'll notice, there is quite a, it's a very heavy, thick chili if the spoon is sticking wherever I place it.
In a pot you could cook an infant in.
Yes, I like parsley. I'm going to put tons and tons of parsley in. Gives it that zest. I had almost dry parsley in the fridge, and what I did was I just soaked it in water over the last couple hours, and it, oh wow, it smells so fresh from all the vegetables and everything. Okay, I'm going to put some ketchup in. As I said, it's probably a little bit, like a quarter cup. They say that you just need a couple of dashes of this stuff, and this is Worcestershire sauce, but I can just do that because I don't care. Here's another barbecue sauce that's been in my fridge for quite some time. It's Tony Roma's Chipotle sauce. It's not really hot. I'm trying to get this a 5 alarm, maybe even a 4 alarm, but we got White Lightning. This is, apparently it's supposed to be very, very spicy, with the spicy peppers that we have as well. Let me give it a good stir right down to the bottom there. This sounds disgusting. If you can't see it, you just heard it.
Oh, the camera's shaking.
Is it shaking or shuddering?
Well.
Okay, I'm going to put in some more hot sauce here. You know, I'm going to put in something that wasn't on any of the pictures or any of the other lists, but I'm going to go in the fridge and I'm going to get some Vietnamese Red Rooster sauce.
Because it couldn't hurt.
Because it couldn't hurt. That's exactly it. Now this is what I put tons of because I really want this to be a nuclear chili. Okay. You know what? I think it's time for the beer because we need more sauce in there. What did I do with my bottle opener? Here we go. So, they have these beers over at the Score. It's 8% beer. 8.5%. Duvel. They sell it for $10 there.
Is that Belgian or German?
It is a Belgian beer. It's a very strong beer.
Yeah.